40 new cases. All of them are registered in Shijiazhuang city. Specifically, in Gaocheng district, 17 cases. In Nanqiaozhai village, 9 cases. Liujiazuo village, 3 cases. Dongqiaozhai village, 3 cases. And Du village, 1 case. Nanying village, 1 case. Beiqiaozhai village, 1 case. Bei village, 1 case. And Shiji community of Nanqiao, 1 case. In Xinle city, we have 1 case in Jiangu and Lile, respectively. In Zhengdian County, we have 1 case in Kongcun village. Amongst all these 40 cases, 26 of them are asymptomatic cases, which have later turned into confirmed cases. We have 6 local asymptomatic cases. Since January the 2nd, Hebei province has registered a total of 223 cases. And now we have altogether 161 asymptomatic cases in our province. And now let me report to you the result of the first round of NHE. After 3 days of very intense efforts in Shijiazhuang city, in Xintai city, we have basically completed the first round of a nucleic acid test. For those positive cases, they are immediately transferred to designated hospitals. We're using also big data and analysis and face-to-face epidemiological surveys to trace close contact and also to put into practice quarantine measures so that we can control the risk and curb its spread. Second, in nearby prefectures such as Dingzhou and Xinji city, we also conducted a very thorough NHE. As of this noon, in Dingzhou city, we have covered 1.22 million people. In Xinji city, we have covered 550,000 people in our nucleic acid test. All the results show that there are no positive cases. And certainly, we are covering also boarding schools, old age care centers, and nursery homes, and also mental hospitals, as well as public institutions. We have basically covered 5.79 million people in this category, and there has been no positive case identified. In the next step, we are going to take further measures and try our very best to guard against the potential spread. And we're going to conduct another round of NHE in some key areas. In so doing, we are going to optimize the schemes of the NAT and to guarantee that the second round of NAT will be more scientific and more efficient, and this will guarantee the quality and reliability of the service. And for medium and high risk areas, we're going to continue with the scrutinizing efforts on the basis of comprehensive measures taken in Shijiazhuang and Xintai city for villages and communities which have registered positive cases. We will continue to put in place our personnel to scrutinize the situation, and we will have a documentation system for all the people surveyed and tested. so as to guarantee that all the positive cases will be found. And we'll also closely contact those who have contact with those positive cases. In so doing, we wish to cut the spread of the infectious disease. Third, we're going to put in place quarantine measures, and for those who have close contact and secondary contact with the positive cases, they will be put into single rooms for isolation. And this is the most effective measure to cut this spread. And for every public places, we're going to put in place very thorough disinfection measures so as to avoid cross-infections. In the meantime, during the isolation, we're going to make our best efforts to guarantee the daily supply of those under quarantine and isolation. In the meantime, we're going to arrange medical staff to provide mental support to those under isolation. Fourth, we're going to take all the measures to engage in treatment, and at present, all the confirmed cases are receiving treatment in designated hospitals. For example, Beijing Union Hospital, Beijing Chaoyang Hospital, and Beijing Tongji Hospital. And 40 national-level experts from these hospitals, they have arrived at Beijing, and we are working closely together with those experts to come up with plans for each and every positive case. Fifth, we're going to guarantee the life-related supply of all the population, and we have already formulated a emergent supply system and mechanism, and all the province and neighboring province and cities giving us their best support to guarantee the sufficient supply of rice, flour, food oil, meat, eggs, and cabbages and fruits. And they are also giving us special channels for those vehicles transporting those supplies. In order to deliver those daily necessities to people's households, we have conducted another nucleic acid test for all the people working on the delivery front line. They are already working on the front line, and here I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to those delivery men. In the meantime, we have made relevant arrangements that we will punish those who speculate the price. And for every case that we identified, it will be punished and handled properly. Over the past few days, friends from the media have been paying attention to the development of the situation. With your coverage and reports, people of all walks of the society can get to know the latest developments of COVID in Hebei province. And in the meantime, the general public can better understand and support and participate in our COVID-related efforts. And here, I would also like to thank all of you. Thank you very much, Governor Xu. Now the floor is open for questions. Please introduce your organization before you raise the question. Please. I'm with the Hebei Broadcasting Service, and just now you have released the result of the comprehensive nucleic acid test. Can you introduce to us what are the significance behind this test, and how can we best leverage the findings of this test? The comprehensive NAT is an important measure for us to get to know the true situation of the infectious disease, and also to identify some asymptomatic cases, and we can find and locate those cases so that we can have early measures. And we have basically completed the NAT in Shijiazhuang and in Xintai City. We have covered basically 13 million people. As of the end of yesterday, we have identified 364 positive cases. So there are two features in such test. Number one, we are basically concentrating on Gaocheng district, and Gaocheng district accounts for 87% of all the positive cases. Second, there is a high relevance to Gaocheng district. In particular, some of the villages and townships of Gaocheng, and in Xintai, we are basically focusing on Nangong city. So according to the results, the infection hasn't expanded, but we can expect some positive cases in the following tests. And there is the possibility of further spread. So we still face very arduous task in epidemiological surveys, and in Shijiazhuang, we are taking very stringent measures to cut the spread, and there is relatively low risk for the disease to continue to spread in Shijiazhuang. At present, for all the positive cases, they will be immediately transferred to designated hospitals. We will report the developments to the public. In the meantime, we are closely tracing those who have close contact with the positive cases and also implement all the prevention and control measures. Next question, please. I'm with China Media Group. Since the outbreak of this round of infection, there are some who have close contact with the positive cases who are now working and living in other provinces. And what can you tell us in this particular field? So since January the 2nd, when the first positive case in a province was reported, we immediately engaged in epidemiological surveys, and we closely followed the tracing. And wherever there is one close contact that is traced, we will notify relevant authorities immediately. As of the end of yesterday, we have issued 380,000 letters to relevant provinces for their collaboration, and we have 27 people with close contact, and we also have 90 people with secondary contact with those positive cases, and we have also conducted a NAT over those people, and so far there is no positive case. Next question, please. I'm with People's Daily. Can you tell us what are the measures taken in the communities and in the villages in Shijiazhuang and in Xintai? And what are the measures that you take to guarantee the supply of daily necessities? May I give this question to the representative from the Hebei Provincial Commerce Department? Thank you very much for your question. In Shijiazhuang and in Xintai, we are continuing with we're continuing to implement some of the measures. I understand that there are a lot of inconveniences, so I thank all the people for your understanding and cooperation. In order to guarantee the supply of daily necessities for people staying at their homes, Shijiazhuang and Xintai are working closely together with relevant authorities of the province. We have formulated relevant plans and have taken some targeted measures. First, we established an emergency mechanism. The province, city, and county levels of government have collaborated in this mechanism. Public security, civil affairs, and postal service are working closely together to guarantee the supply of daily necessities. So we have basically formed a landscape of cross-department collaboration. In the meantime, different counties and districts and sub-district governments are working together with the property management offices of communities and also with township and village level offices to mobilize resources in order to guarantee the basic needs related to people's lives. In particular, we are taking the priority to meet the demands of senior citizens, children, and people with disabilities, and bring a lot of services to people's doorsteps. Secondly, we have smooth channels to guarantee our supply. In light of the problems that we have encountered, Shijiazhuang and Xingtai have disclosed a service hotline that is running 24/7. So those who are working at homes or isolating themselves at home, when they encounter grocery-related issues or issues related to daily utility, and they can dial the service hotline, and the government will immediately take the call and transfer the issue to relevant departments so as to meet the demands of our general public. In the meantime, supermarkets, convenience stores in both cities have disclosed the telephone numbers and contact information of themselves, and people under isolation, they can place an order online, and the supermarkets will deliver their orders to their households. Third, we are taking a multi-format structure of delivery. We stabilize the existing supply chains. In the meantime, we are working closely together with some of the grocery stores and different delivery services, so delivery can be guaranteed in a very flexible manner so that we can guarantee the needs of the general public. To just give you one example, for example, some of the daily necessities, they can be pre-packaged into different boxes so that we can immediately ship those boxes to people's doorsteps when there is an order. For communities where there are few convenience stores, we are going to set up temporary selling points, and we also have a green channel for cabbages, so that when we combine all these measures, we can meet the needs of people. And in the meantime, we are leveraging the advantages of e-commerce in terms of their quality, reliability, and also efficiency. We encourage offline stores to embrace the internet so that they can meet the personalized needs of our general public. And fourth, we are allowing big and medium-sized supermarkets to play their role. We're working closely together with large supermarkets, franchisee brands, and also some of the vegetable markets. We encourage them to ship directly to communities, and already we are working together with more than 59 supermarkets and a number of food markets who are serving more than 300 supermarkets. And we also have more than 100 community-level convenience stores who can serve not just their communities but also nearby villages. And people can place an order online using different mobile apps, and then those working at those e-commerce services can deliver their order to their homes. In the meantime, we have volunteers and grassroots cadres who shoulder the responsibility to deliver their orders to their homes. In the meantime, large and medium supermarkets are taking corporate social responsibilities. For example, in Shijiazhuang, Yonghui, Beiguo, Suning, and Carrefour supermarkets have jointly promised not to increase their price. They, together with 70 other supermarkets, have guaranteed the supply of daily necessities. Fifth, we are organizing better supply in some of the daily necessities, and we have in place a daily reporting and daily inspection mechanism. In so doing, we can guarantee that the supply of daily necessities is scrutinized in terms of quality and delivery efficiency. We also organize relevant supermarkets to come up with a sufficient supply and flexibly and timely adjust their inventory. In addition to all that, we are mobilizing supermarkets, medium-sized food markets, community-level convenience stores to collaborate and coordinate with production factories such as rice producers and eggs producers. Apart from all that, we are working closely together with Xinfa, the food market in Beijing, to guarantee the supply of daily necessities. Sixth, we also guarantee the smoothness of transportation means. We're working closely together with public security and traffic authorities so that we can provide license to vehicles delivering those daily necessities. We coordinate with different departments to solve problems related to traffic. Our priority is given to vehicles and semi-trailers transporting people's daily necessities. At present, in Shijiazhuang and Xingtai, we are able to guarantee food and agricultural products, and the market supply is under normal conditions. Next question, please. I'm with Xinhua News Agency. In our interview, we found out that the delivery services have normalized their operation, but some of the villages, because of the lockdown measures, poses some obstacles for those services. What are the measures that you have to solve this problem? May I direct this question to Director General Jin from the Hebei Provincial Market Supervision Department. Thank you very much for your question. Each and every day, we look at the price of goods and commodities from our statistics. On January the 9th, flour is sold at the price of 3 yuan per kilo, and egg is sold at the price of 4 yuan per kilo for pork, 17 yuan per kilo. And so this is clearly below the average price nationwide. And if you look at the daily necessities, most of them have a very normal price. And if you look at garlic, the price has actually gone down by 15.96%. So in general, all those daily necessities, they are still sold at the normal price. And we have set up a supply and procurement mechanism by putting in place doorstep delivery. We have guaranteed a very efficient delivery mechanism. In the whole province, we are also focusing on the last mile issues. We come up with some emergency delivery service, and with our efforts, we believe some of the issues will be solved. And if you identify some businesses that speculate on price, you can dial a report line, and we can guarantee that we will solve the issue very immediately and also meet your needs. Next question, please. Thank you very much. I'm a new media journalist from Changchun. And to our knowledge, the educational department of Shijiazhuang has issued an order for closed management of school campuses. So we understand that some of the students, they are still living in campus, and there is a lot of question on the COVID measures in schools. Can I ask, what are the measures that the educational sector has taken to guarantee the safety of students? Thank you very much for your question. And thank you very much for paying attention to schools. The safety and health of students is an issue that is closely related to each and every one of us. And we feel enormous responsibilities on our shoulders. Each and every one of us working in the educational sector take this issue very seriously, and we engage in this issue with all our commitments, and we are committed to working together with other departments to win this battle eventually. On January the 9th, we covered all the boarding schools, colleges, with our nucleic acid test. We have basically covered 2.2 million students, and the result of this round of NAT is 100% negative. And we also have in place closed management. So that is to say that no one is allowed to enter school campus, and no students from the campus is allowed to leave the campus without pre-approval. And all those entering the campus, they have to have their temperature taken, and if you have symptoms such as fever and dry cough, you have to report the situation immediately. We have tightened our control on campus. All the teachers and students, when they are in a campus, they have to wear a mask. There is a closed management that is put in place on campus. Before the winter holiday, no school is allowed to organize any activity that features people crowding. And during the winter holiday, all the schools have to disinfect all the public places of the campus, such as stairways, elevators, playground, classrooms, etc. We also put in place very stringent measures in health monitoring. We ask each student and teacher to report their health status on a daily basis. And the situation has to be reported layer by layer on a daily basis. And if there is any symptoms such as dry cough and fever, you have to report the situation immediately. And fifth, we're going to strengthen reporting. Schools have to collaborate better with CDCs and with health authorities. We have to guarantee that whenever there is a major situation, we can be perfectly isolated and the situation can be properly handled immediately. And sixth, step up with effective measures in logistics support. And we will take measures to stabilize the price of all the food that is sold on the campus. And no one is allowed to speculate on commodities and products related to students. And this morning we just convened a meeting that is specifically about this very important issue. And we also ask the different shops inside campuses to step up with better supply, such as temperature meters. And for those students who have already arrived at their homes, we ask them to stay at their homes. Do not wander about in other places. Report their health status on a daily basis, and also record their travel history whenever it is necessary. And so we ask all the college students in Hebei to take their responsibilities and make their contribution to the COVID prevention in Hebei province. Next question, please. I'm with China Media Group. Let me ask a question about the market, because since the outbreak, there are activities such as speculations and competitions in buying a lot of the products. So what are the measures that you may have to address this situation? Thank you very much for your question. The Hebei Provincial Market Supervision Department earnestly implements different requirements at the provincial government level, and we take all the measures to stabilize the price of relevant commodities. We will step up with better inspection to guarantee the stability of the prices. And we have mainly taken 5 measures. Number 1, focus on the price monitoring of medical supplies. And this is basically including masks, disinfectants, and other medical supplies. And in addition to medical supplies, we also look at a dozen of product categories such as pork and eggs and cabbages. And according to our statistics, the price peaked on January 5th, and then it stabilized. So if you look at some major categories of daily groceries, they are below the normal price nationwide. And right now we have very stable price in almost all the categories of products. Number 2, we work closely together with some of the supermarkets, and we give them a warning letter to discourage them from raising the price at these special times. And we ask them to shoulder up their corporate social responsibilities at these special times. For example, Beigou Supermarket, Yonghui Supermarket, and 70 other supermarkets have jointly promised not to raise the price since from January the 8th to the very end of this outbreak. This includes cabbages, eggs, and pork. Number 3, we are leveraging the reporting line of 12315. When the public identifies a price-related issue, they can dial the report line of 12315, and for every complaint, the case will be properly handled immediately. And from January the 1st to 9th, 12315 as a complaint hotline has handled 540 cases. Already we have solved 516 cases. Shijiazhuang and Xintai City have established a special fund for price-related complaints, and those who report an issue can be subsidized. They can be given a reward for their behavior. And we are working together with relevant authorities to step up better inspection on the price of supermarkets, convenience stores. We have sampling test and random inspection. So whenever we encounter a problem, we're going to solve the problem. Number 5, we seriously punish price speculations. And so this is a very important part of our work. So we will punish those who speculate on price and who fraud on price. So whenever there is the case identified, it will be disclosed to the public and it will be properly handled and punished. Already we have punished 15 such cases. In the next step, we're going to focus primarily on some daily necessities and groceries. So we will carry out better price inspections to guarantee the stability of the price and to guarantee the rights and interests of the general public. If you encounter a price speculation, please dial the service line of 12315 and report such behavior. Next question, please. I'm with Hebei Daily. Since the outbreak, a lot of the experts have engaged in epidemiological surveys. And what are the latest developments in this regard? So for this outbreak, it mainly originated from villages, and most of those infected are at a relatively older age, and we have organized experts, more than 200 epidemiological experts to look at this outbreak. The National Health Commission has also organized relevant experts, and since January the 3rd, they have arrived at Shijiazhuang one batch after another. Already we have completed the epidemiological survey on all the identified cases. And for major areas, we are putting on the ground our own experts. We have the activity track of more than 100,000 people, and we are also following 5,800 people who have had close contact with the positive cases. Our NAT covered 1.48 million people, and we also have 5,400 samples of environmental tests. In Xintai City, we are following 1,300 people with close contact with the positive cases. And we immediately contained the spread of the disease in order to improve virus tracing. We're taking a lot of technical means to properly allocate the resources in public health, public security, and hospitals. And we inspect both on human beings and on objects. We haven't seen a turning point in this spread, so we are still working with the epidemiological surveys, and China CDC, together with Hebei Provincial CDC, are working closely together, and we are comparing the viruses identified in Hebei as well as in Europe, and we found out that there is a high level of similarity between the cases in Hebei and the virus that is prominent in Europe. So we can basically reach the conclusion that this outbreak was caused by a virus from overseas, and we do not have key similarities with the virus from Great Britain. If we look at the timing, we estimate that patient 0 for this outbreak is earlier than December the 15th. And currently we are focusing on the following areas. Number 1, since October, Shijiazhuang is a key portal for travelers returning from overseas, and that is perhaps one of the reasons. Second, we are going to look at some of the workers working at logistic sector. And third, many are going to look at the porters working at logistic parks that have a correlation with overseas. And we are also going to look at the goods that we import from overseas. And with the development of our efforts, we are going to adjust our priorities, and we propose that each and every one of us should put on a mask and work closely together with all of us. Next question, please. I'm with China News Agency. Since this outbreak, there is a lot of attention on the price of daily groceries. So my question is directed to the Market Supervision Authority. If there are some quality issues, so what are the measures that you have to address those issues? Director General Jin, maybe you can answer this question. Thank you very much for your question. The Market Supervision Authority of Hebei will address the issue from with our efforts in the following 3 areas. First, we're going to take the initiative to monitor relevant behaviors. We dispatch special personnel to supermarkets and large logistic parks to encourage different businesses to step up their inspection. And for the municipal level, there is a daily inspection, and at the province level, we have a random inspection. For example, at the Shijiazhuang municipal level, we have 9 law enforcement teams which regularly inspect the quality of groceries and commodities at different supermarkets. The municipal level of market supervision is also working closely together with the Red Cross of the Hebei province. We look at the product quality of all the commodities donated to the province. Second, we have mechanisms that support effective handling of issues complained. We have in place a complaint hotline, which is 12315, and behind this service hotline, we have a coordination mechanism between the municipal and district and city level of county level of government. For every issue reported, we're going to properly handle the issue immediately. And so for every issue, we're going to disclose the case and warn the public about potential issues. Third, we will put in place severe punishment for those who speculate on the price of daily groceries, and we're working closely together with the law enforcement offices of the Hebei province. When they breach the law, they will be held legally accountable. Since January the 1st, we have handled 75 such cases, and 65 cases have been severely punished. Going forward, the market supervision system of the province will step up our pressure on such illegal behaviors in order to guarantee and protect the interests of all the people in Hebei. Last question, please. I'm with Guangming Daily. So right now we're having the winter holiday. So what considerations does the educational department have to guarantee the safety of students during this winter holiday? Thank you very much. So this year's winter holiday is quite different in that we face this arduous task of COVID-19 prevention. So that is why we have optimized our plan in winter holiday. So students are released from schools as different batches in order to guarantee that all the students can have a successful winter holiday and safe Spring Festival. We have the following measures. Number one, implement relevant prevention measures. And winter is the very crucial period for virus prevention and control. And the Hebei Health Authority has made thorough planning, and I sincerely hope that different families and parents can encourage their children not to go out unless it is necessary. Put on a mask, wash your hands often, use serving chopsticks when they are eating at a restaurant, report the temperature and health status to the university and to the schools on a daily basis. And whenever there is a situation, report the situation to the school, to the university, and bring the students to a nearby hospital. Second, make scientific plans for the winter holiday. The winter holiday is relatively long, and we have to make very reasonable plans. And we have to combine sports and arts in the agenda of our winter holiday. And we have to, for example, give some homework that is related to sports and to arts. Our parents must play a role as a supporter. They can accompany the students and their kids in reading, in playing sports, and we need to reduce our time spent in front of a electronic screen, and maybe parents they can better use the time in helping their children learning how to cook, how to pick up some life-related skills. And third, improve education related to health and to life. I hope that our parents can play their part. I hope that our parents can set up very positive examples and publicize the great efforts made by the medical staff who have sacrificed so much in protecting the safety and health of the general public. In the meantime, they have to encourage their children to cultivate a healthy lifestyle and habit. And I'd like to thank all the parents of the students for extending great support to us over the past year. And in this upcoming winter holiday, I hope that you can have a very effective communication with your kids, and let's work together. I believe that after the test of 2020, we have the confidence and resolve to win this battle going forward in 2021. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much for all the questions and also for the answers provided by our experts and government officials. Thank you very much.